Hello everybody, my name is Trauma, aka Chi, and I have anxiety. Bars! Where my record deal at? Welcome everybody back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my favorite books or workbooks, journals, activity books, things to do if you suffer from bouts of anxiety and anxiety disorder or panic attacks. I personally have GAD, so I suffer a lot with anxiety. These are things that I personally do. I am in no way, shape, form, person, place, thing, any type of medical professional, but these are just things that I do that help me control all my anxiety, my stress, my panic attacks, things of that nature. So if you're curious, stay tuned. So the first book is kind of like a journal type of book, and it is called Let That Ish Go. And I know there's a lot of books out there like this. I think they're trying to really appeal to millennials, so they just throw like random curse words on the covers of all these books, but this one's actually really good. It's by Sweeney, and it's just like really just straight to the point, really no nonsense. Like, what are you thinking about that's giving you anxiety, and stop doing that. But not in a kind of like go take a walk, go take a bath, but kind of like just write down everything that sucks right now, and then also write down all the things that are great, and then like see which list is longer. One of the activities is like, what are the stressful things that are keeping you running around like a frenzied but high functioning toddler? That's me. And it just has some really great questions that kind of appeal to the way that I think a lot of young people who suffer from anxiety think. It's not just like take 10 deep breaths and then walk away or go get an apple. It's just like really just write down everything that's stupid right now and write down everything that's not stupid, and like see how you feel after that. For example, make a list of a few things that have pissed you off or have bothered you recently. Then cross all that ish off and put over it great things that you love to do. And it just kind of minimizes the things that seem kind of overarching and kind of like really big in your mind that are giving you anxiety, but then like make you see that they're actually not that big. So I really like this one. It's actually really fun. There's really all kinds of activities. There's coloring, there's kind of crosswords, there's all kinds of things that just kind of calm down your mind and lessen your anxiety in the moment. So Let That Ish Go by Sweeney is really fun, and I recommend it. The next one is more on kind of like a traditional anxiety book. It's Cognitive Behavioral Therapy in 7 Weeks. Now, I've had this book for more than 7 weeks. I still have GAD, so it's not gonna cure nobody. I do that, but this one's really good. It kind of goes into a lot about how cognitive behavioral therapy works and how it can help people who have anxiety disorders, as well as who have panic, worry, all kinds of those things. And it really goes into kind of like examples and writing down how you feel. So kind of putting you in the moment and making you rethink in the moment of your anxiety and your panic attacks, how you're feeling, how you can kind of conquer those things in the moment. So things like identifying your thought patterns around anxiety, breaking the negative thought patterns of your anxiety, time and task management, facing your fears, and then putting it all together. So it really gives you examples and like a lot of write-in things. I like workbooks where I can write down things, where I can draw things, where I can really kind of visualize and really just put everything that's going on in my mind into words. So this one's really great. It really teaches you how to do CBT at home. You don't always have to rely on going to therapy to practice it. You can practice it in your own home, which I love because I'm lazy and no one's going out these days. And it really has a bunch of activities. It really lets you be in the moment and then really kind of just like discuss and live and kind of sit in your anxiety instead of letting it kind of take over. So Cognitive Behavioral Therapy in 7 weeks. The next one is a gratitude journal. This one is very interesting. It is 5 minutes a day to develop gratitude, mindfulness, and productivity. Even though I've been at home for like the past like half a year, I've struggled a lot with productivity. So this one has really helped me kind of just like stop in the morning and just kind of write down all the good things that are going on instead of just always dreading each day, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest, I don't do this every day. I do it when I remember it, but this one's really good. It's kind of repetitive, and I think that's really important because it kind of challenges you to kind of make this a routine in your mind. So even when you're not doing this, you kind of always have it as kind of something that's routinized in your mind. So like I wake up, instead of just being like, oh, I have so much homework, I have so much work, I have so much this, that, and the third, I can be like, okay, I woke up, it's so great that like all of my family is safe, all of my friends are safe, this is gonna be a good day, nothing's burning down, kind of things like that. So I think this one has really helped me. I really, again, love rather just like workbook stuff that I can like read and write down things rather than just kind of like read about the history of anxiety. That doesn't help me much, but this one was really great. For those of y'all who like to journal, I am not someone, I love journals, but I'm not someone who can just like journal on a blank piece of paper and just like write down all my life and then have a grand old time. Like that's not me. I need a prompt. I need an essay prompt. I need like a SAT prompt. I need something to prompt me on what to write. And the story of my life This one is a really great journal that's kind of a journal and a journal prompt. So it's pretty much, again, the story of your life. You kind of just ask you questions and you write down things from anecdotal points in your life. It's actually really fun. So it has things like, who was your best friend in the 3rd grade and what did you guys do together and what did you love to do? Like, that's probably something you've never thought of, you haven't thought of in a while, something I haven't thought of in a while, but it's one of the prompts here. As well as like, write down your list of top 10 favorite foods and the last time you had it. What are great memories around those foods? The first time I disagree with your parents, and it kind of goes in chronological order. So from like your earliest memory, I think the first thing in this book is what is your earliest memory, and then kind of like goes through all your years, like what was the most significant part of being a teenager, what was your significant part of being like when you turned 20, what's the first thing you did when you turned 21, kind of thing. And it actually goes up to kind of like when you're like an adult, like if you want to have kids, if you want to get married, things like that. So this is one that I think I would love to keep until like I'm mad old, because it's just the story of your life. And this one is a great one because it really just helps you like remember like great times, remember like life, the world isn't always falling down, the world isn't always on fire. Like, that's why I love this book. The next one is a coloring book, and I actually got this locally. It's called Know Yourself, a coloring book of women. It's just a coloring book, it's just that, and I absolutely love it. The illustrations in here are absolutely beautiful. I love this book because coloring is one of the one things I can do where my mind is shut off. Like, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm really just thinking like, saying these lines, like what color you gotta choose next. I'm really only thinking about the activity of coloring, which is really like one of the only things where like I can just shut my mind off. So I think this is great. I think coloring is a really underrated, like amazing way to deal with anxiety, stress, and panic. So love a coloring book. The last book is more of a textbook. It's really big, as you can see, but it actually has a lot of activities, a lot of like more kind of traditional therapeutic, like traditional therapy exercises. And this book is actually co-written by the founder of cognitive behavior therapy, so you know it's legitimate. And this one is called the Anxiety and Worry Workbook. I like this one because it's very, very dense. Like I will never finish it. And plus I'm constantly redoing and going back to pages. But this one's really great for you to actually like put things into practice. Like every day, if you need a new task, if you want a new thing to do to tackle your anxiety, I would definitely get this book because it's always about kind of like what you can do to further keep enhancing what you're already learning about getting control over your anxiety, which is what I'm all about, especially now during quarantine. Like I have nothing else to do but to try to get a control of my life, and this is really helping. So it reads like a lot. There's a lot of words, there's a lot of like descriptions, there's a lot of kind of activities. There's also a lot of things that kind of like help you document your journey over getting over your anxiety. So it's like monitoring your physical sensations, and you just write down whenever you're having an anxiety or a panic attack. Like I have here like my elevated heart rate, like I write down like my heart rate from my Fitbit and things like that. And I really like this one. This one's one of my favorite. It does read like a textbook, so I really have to set aside time to be able to fully do this one, because otherwise it'll sit in my desk forever. So I hope you guys got some good suggestions on some workbooks and things that you can read that will help you if you suffer from anxiety or panic, or you just want to kind of like get control over all the crazy things that are going on in your mind right now. So please remember to give this video a thumbs up, please subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!